Hey guys, it is Tuesday, July 7th. Happy birthday, QWERTY, or Stephanie, or whatever I'm supposed to call you on the tubes. So I'm not gonna do my writing workshop today because I haven't written in a few days. I didn't write over the weekend, and yesterday I was going to write and was distracted by Amazon and musicals. I'm not gonna expand on that because that's just what it was. In any case, we actually got to leave work at the time we're supposed to leave work. Miracles are happening. So it is only 6:15. I have not only been home for like an hour, showered, ate food, I watched a video, and now I'm just sitting down to start my writing, revising also. So I'm gonna say I have a good 4 hours. 3.5, 4 hours. And since I haven't been doing my 100 minutes a day thing very well, I'm going to just try to do as much as I can in these next 4 hours. Fingers crossed I can get through chapter 7, which that might be a little difficult. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I have to kind of go back into my old draft, which I don't have a second draft. Well, I guess this will be the second draft, but it's in my third total draft. But I essentially have to go back to the initial draft, which is very wordy, and work from there because the scene doesn't change too much. It only has a slight change in it as far as the sister entering the new city. I have to do a small edit to the end of chapter 6, which I just finished whatever the last time was that I did this. It was Sunday. Yeah, I did this on Sunday. Sunday I finished chapter 5 and 6 because I printed them out. But I have to edit a little thing that my brother pointed out, just with the passing of time. Because initially I wanted to make it shorter, but I also wanted more time to pass in case I did a POV change with her and the brother. However, it makes more sense to have it just be the next day, not a few days later. So I'm gonna quickly touch on that. It's only about maybe 500 words that I wrote, which will now be rewritten. I don't know if it'll be extended, but I'll give you word counts later. So I'm gonna edit the end of chapter 6, which is the sister's POV, and then start putting stuff into chapter 7 so I can actually continue with the chapter and see what I can salvage. Okay, it's about 7:30 now, so it's been an hour since I started working. I think now chapter 6 is done. I had to take out about 500 words. Let me double check that because I put it, I didn't delete it. I moved them because it was a good setup for the time passing, which happens in the next chapter. And so where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay, it was only 280. I thought it was 500. So I took out the 280 and moved it. I guess I added about 800 something words because the word count difference after I finished what I did was 568. So 568 plus 281, give or take 800 something. 849. Well, I haven't read to the end of the documents that I copied over, but I copied the original draft 1, continuing from the end of where chapter 6 left off and the following scene. So it'll kind of be a bit of a longer chapter, but I feel like I'm going to cut it down a lot. And this is one nice thing that I get to kind of congratulate myself on is I think my writing now is a bit more concise. It could probably be more, even more so, comparing to the way that I wrote the initial draft, which I think was maybe 3.5 years ago or something. I know it's been a while. But I think I wrote it during a CAMPNANO possibly NaNoWriMo, but I was very focused on the word count and kind of like I wanted to have the sister's point of view be more like passive and mysterious. And for some reason, anytime that I mentioned a character, like, characters reappear, right? And they do things, but I didn't always want to just have, like, we're just going to say John, for his name. John did this, he blah, 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 and then the next time be like, John. Instead, I would describe him and be like, the boy with black hair, which in my brain was kind of like a good way to break up just like the name repetition, even though it wasn't like every sentence, but it would be several times throughout the scene where I would switch between a description of them and their name. That's not a good thing. So I don't do that anymore. I'm trying to be very clean with, I guess, the prose. Still working on learning the jargon, but that part is cleaned up, so I know that contributes to some of the word count. There's also where the sister meets a boy, but I introduced his name at least earlier in chapter 6, so that scene will be cut from chapter 7. I think overall it'll just be a lot of like trimming, which is gonna be part of what I'm doing today because I want to trim and polish chapter 7, and we'll see what changes I need. But after copying the draft 1 scenes that are in this chapter, it's 5,900 words, which is like 3 of my chapters. So let's see how short that gets. So we're not even looking for a big word count to hit. We're just seeing how much we can trim out of this to keep it to what we need and see what the new length is, because that's a long chapter. I can't give like 5-6K to a single chapter. I have so many chapters. What's up, guys? It is now Wednesday, July 8th. My goal yesterday was to get through chapter 7, and I started out with 6,000, it was like 5,900 and change words. So far, I was able to trim out about 1,000 of those words. It was much needed. I still feel like it might be too long. I mean, I'm not done. Disclaimer, I'm not done. Because copying the initial scenes from the first draft, well, like I said, it was 5,900 words, and it was 30 like novel-sized pages, because that's how I'm writing my book out now, is on those nice pages like this. Like that. So when I print them out, it feels like a book, and I can more excitedly, or with, I don't know, edit with more excitement. I don't know. It makes me happy because it looks like a book, and that's the goal. That's the goal. So anyway, the initial copy over of everything from the first draft was 30 pages. It might have been like 34 pages, because I know I've edited through, well, I'm on the 10th page, 10 of 30 right now, with cutting out about 1,000 words. So I need to go through the next scene in this chapter. Like, I'm already getting that sense that when I go through like the full edits for the entire draft to be, that probably chapter 6 and chapter 7 will either become one chapter and like majorly condensed, or like still stay too, but they will be, I think they will end up being condensed quite a bit. Maybe like when I get to that point reading it, it'll still have good pacing in it, because I feel like it might be slow. I don't know. In my brain, I'm like, I'm 20,000 plus, almost 25,000 words in, and the story is still just beginning. It's like, oh, overthinking it. Also, just tired. because that's my life, because I'm tired. It feels like it should be Thursday, because we do Creative Commons on Wednesday, and we did it on Tuesday. So now it's Wednesday. Actually, I had to stay at work later. I didn't come home till like 6:30, or actually a little later than that. And then it rained. So it's been super hot out, but it rained on our side of town. So when I got home, first thing I see is the weeds in the front lawn, and I'm like, I should pull them now because the ground is wet and soft and it'll be easier. So I started pulling weeds, and then I noticed one of the bushes we have in front, which is the one that I moved when I like re-landscaped. It was on its last leg after I moved it. After I moved it. It's my fault. I know. I killed it. And it was sad and depressing, and I was just like, I guess I'm pulling out this bush too. It came out super easy because I did not plant it deep enough probably, or just, I mean, it was dead. But yeah, that's done. And then by the time I came in and showered, it was after 7. But that's when all of the like, you're exhausted hit. And I just like laid on the couch and watched YouTube, which was great. I found a couple new self-published authors that I'm following now. I'm actually going to sort of watch one more video before I get into editing. It's already 10:10 now. So I might have an hour before my husband gets home. So that'll be my like, let's try to do it for an hour and see how far we can get. Chapter 7. Lucky 7. Hey, it's July. It had better not take me all of July to get through this chapter. I'm going to do the thing. I probably will forget to update at the end of it tonight, so I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. It's still Wednesday. I'm still awake. It's 11:40 now, so it's been an hour and a half since I started. I've apparently added 5 more pages, which is about, looks like it's only 600 words, but I'm just about to cut like a huge chunk. I just wanted to do it with you guys here. You can cut chunks with me. That sounds weird. Yeah, let's not do that again. Initially, the scene that I just went through, and I kind of rewrote a good part of it, but it did drag on. So let's take out that chunk. Oh, nope, I have to go a little farther back. There's not really a good cutting point on it. But, okay, we're just gonna cut it to where he says hello, even though that's not how it's gonna start. 3, 2, 1, that's 1,400 words gone. So it went from 30 to 35, and now it's at 26 pages for the chapter, about 4,000 words with, I'm on 20 of 26, so I'm very close to finishing this chapter. It will not happen tonight, because I'm already ready for bed, essentially. There's 991 words for me to go through and edit and change and add to, so most likely this will be a bit longer than 4,000 words for the chapter, and hopefully tomorrow I can finish chapter 7. Okay, so good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Look guys, look what came a day early. Oh, it's such a big box. Time to open. Okay, we got some foam. Lots of foam. Ooh, hold on. I bet this is the mouse, because this would make sense to be the keyboard. And cords. Ooh, So this is everything that came with my new computer. Granted, he's refurbished. And weighs this much. He's just got some, wear and tear because he's refurbished. But it's what's on the inside that counts. So it came with a cord, like a power cord. It didn't have anything to connect it to a monitor, which, dang, that looks dirty from here. It's an old monitor, but I was going to use it for the time being. So I went digging around our house and I found an HDMI cord. It's not going to help me, apparently. So I got to go find a different cord because I know I had something to hook up to that monitor, and it might be in my husband's old box. Yeah, probably. I'll have to check that next. But it did come with a... So it came with a mouse. I do like the texture on it. It might get annoying, though, because it feels like super light. And it's got a cord, but since it's going to stay on the desk anyway, should be fine for now. I'll eventually upgrade to another Bluetooth mouse. Same for the keyboard. It does feel nice to type on. So excited to get into that. Also not wireless or Bluetooth. But keyboard I'm not too worried about. I don't think I'm too worried about it. Mousepad, kind of helpful. Oh well, you never know when you need a mousepad. And then like a startup guide, which I took a look at the desktop setup and got to the whole like internet part, and I'm like, oh, I might not have a Wi-Fi card in it, so I might have to hook it up to the internet with a cable, and there's no hookup here. So, this might take me a minute, guys. Good news is I found the cord to hook up to the monitor. It wasn't with the other computer. It was actually in my drawer because I'd saved it for this occasion. Go me. Oh, it does have a good... Okay, I was wondering if I got the one with the CD drive because I did want one. That doesn't push. Is that power? Oh, there we go. And I think I can have this sideways if I need to put it on the desk or under the printer. I was gonna put it on the floor, but since I have to have these guys plugged in, I don't know how it's gonna work. So I might have to actually just get the Bluetooth ones sooner, but I need to figure out the Wi-Fi internet setup and go from there. So it doesn't have a Wi-Fi card in the thing, which is fine. I'm sure I can figure out how to add that or something. My other option is hardwiring it, but the only router, modem, whatever is downstairs. And there's no like phone jack to connect it in this room. So I have to get one of those like plug in your wall connecty things if I want internet, which I do on my computer. I don't want to say I didn't think ahead, but I totally didn't think of this part. Because I just assume everything has like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth at this point. So I'm just going to see how far I can get through the setup without the internet. But if it's all working and I can get it onto my desk and start typing, I guess that's fine. It's been a rough day already. I just want things to... yeah. Anywho, sorry I have the towel wrapped around my head today. It seemed like a good idea, but I'm dripping out the ends, so it's not really helping. Just gonna go along with the setup and see what I can do. So after I had my computer plugged in for a while, I was kind of thinking of redesigning my layout to kind of better have a computer space, and I noticed the fan was clicking, like the fan inside the PC. And I was like, oh, that's weird, because I had moved the monitor on top of the tower just so I could see everything while I was on the floor. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's, for some reason, it's too heavy, because that's a heavy monitor. It was still clicking, and it was still clicking. I sent a clip of it to my brother, and, you know, I did a quick, like, Google search, and there says, probably the fan, and I'm like, and, you know, he also said, it's probably the fan or the motherboard, and it was just like, I just got this, and already the fan is having issues, which, granted, it happens with, like, refurbished, so I'm not, like, terribly devastated that it happened. Like, I kind of expected it, and I think the reason that I actually pushed myself to buy it was because I'm like, I can always return it. You know, I'll check it out right away and make sure everything's working, and even though it's just a fan issue, I'm not taking chances, because I know I won't be able to ignore it, because it was, like, actually pretty loud over here, like, in person listening to it. And second, like, I just had that feeling that if I decided to go with it or fix it myself, as soon as my warranty was up, something else was gonna go wrong. And I was like, nope, not doing it. I only spent like $480 on it, and it's like, you know, it has all the specs that I want, but I'm not taking chances. So I packed it all up. I can't take it back tomorrow because of work, so I'm gonna try to go on Saturday, which is not gonna be fun, but I'm gonna take it back to Best Buy and return it. If they're like, oh yeah, we can fix the fan and exchange it for you, blah blah blah, I'll see how I'm feeling that day, and maybe I'll take the new one to see if the new one's working. But part of me just said, all right, just hold off a little longer on the computer and not splurge, but like get a better one, get a newer one, and like just, you know, put the money into it. So I laid on my bed for a while, just kind of being depressed because it was a stupid day at work. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. All week has kind of been like draining and stressful. So I was laying and listening to some YouTube videos. I had the weird, like, some sort of motivation to draw. One of my friends from college, he's asking my help with a t-shirt design, and I've been putting it off the past couple days because, you know, work is stressful. So I grabbed a couple pieces of paper and I started sketching it and sent him a design, and then while I was waiting for his reply, I just wanted to draw some of my characters from the manga that I self-published, my graphic novel, Kuro Kenshin. So I'm going to show you that picture because it's probably the best thing that's happened all day is this picture that I drew while I was depressed on my bed. So here it is. So let me zoom in here. So I've not drawn anything from the series, which is over here. These books, Kuro Kenshin, my finger can't reach, 1, and then 1, 2, the Rebirth is like the second part of it that I kind of rushed to finish because it was 8 years of my life and I was ready to be done. But she's on this cover, yeah, there she is. So this character, Rika. Let me see if I can find a picture of her in the book. I had to obviously simplify like the sketchy style in the pages. All right, well, I don't I could go through all my books to find a good picture, but I'll just do like there's see she's a lot more simplified in the comic cuz, you know, the time it takes to draw all the page stuff. But that's really my current style. I love it. It's beautiful. And I haven't drawn anything in almost since I finished the series, which was in spring of 2014. So it's been 6 years, and I did not think I could actually create this. But she came out on the page. Yeah, I went for the weird hand thingy you see a lot, but it was just it's just the picture that popped up, and that's the picture that I drew. And it really made me want to make oopsie. I did it the Japanese way, so it goes right to left, which is why it's annoying that the barcodes got printed on the front. But the Kuro Kenshin series, so Kuro Kenshin and Kuro Kenshin Rebirth, I really want to make into an illustrated novel, especially because, like I said, I kind of blew through the ending because it's only Rebirth 1 and 2. 2 could have easily gone longer or had a third book, but I just finished it. And I want to redeem myself and bring more to the story. So one of my projects is actually turning that into an illustrated novel. As for when that will happen, I don't know. Initially it was my goal for CAMPNANO this July to just write and see how far I can get into the story, because I know that the volumes 1 through 5, like the plot outline of it, is a solid like first book. So I think I could have it in like 2 novels. Yeah, I think I could have it in 2 novels because the parts that I wasn't able to put into the graphic novel when I was working on it would fit into the Rebirth second book of it. And I kind of want to do that project because I can show you guys different or not necessarily different characters, but like my old art versus my new art when I do an illustration, or I can talk about like, oh, this is what I did in the original story. Like I can give you details because it's my self-published stuff, and I do want to be open about it because what I love about creating these things is that chance to talk with somebody about it, which is probably why I can't, keep my current project a secret from my husband, my brother, my mother. My other brother, he's far away, so it's harder to make him read stuff. Like, that's so much more fun than keeping it a secret, having this big reveal, and then now you're done, now to the next secret. It's like, no, I want to relish and see reactions and meh. So I did that sketch, which is not in view. That was my Thursday. My brother's supposed to come over tomorrow, so I probably won't do any writing or filming. So I'm going to assume that this clip is my last clip for this video. Oh no, I still have to do last week's video. We'll see. I might put them together, or I might put like all of July up to this point together. I'm not sure. I don't have my new computer to try it out on, but I'll see what I can do. I really wanted to finish chapter 7 today, and then today just went. But no more sad face. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I want to hear y'all being excited about Kuro Kenshin becoming a thing and office layouts. Maybe I'll do a tour. I don't know. It's not like that much to see, but I want to hear about the good stuff. Keep me, happy and motivated so I don't get stuck up here. So I'm going to let you guys go. Whenever this gets posted, I hope you're having a great day, a great weekend, a great week, a great month. If you're doing Camp Nano, I really hope, only because, like, if you're trying, like, you can do this. I believe in you, and I hope you are doing the thing and enjoying it. So don't get stressed out about it. You're gonna get where you need to be. So there's my motivational bit. I'll talk to you guys soon. But thanks again for watching. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry, guys. I noticed that I have a couple new subscribers, and I would like to thank them. I'd prefer to do it personally. I'll probably see you guys in a live stream, and hopefully I remember. But thank you. Looks like I recognize some of the names from QWERTY's live stream, so thank you, QWERTY, for the referral and, let me be totally awkward and unprepared on the live stream. Like I am now. But yeah, thank you guys. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know, because I might be able to show you, or if it's a certain type of video, if it's in my realm of making, I can try to do that. As for now, I think I'm going to stick with the vlogs until at least I get a working platform station here. For the 5th time, fare thee well and good night.